All right. We are back with another off-season edition of the No Shade podcast where we don't just focus on the Connecticut Sun. We're going to talk about what's going on in the off-season of the WNBA. But I'm one of your hosts, Alex Lorenzo. We don't say that every day. It's on the screen. But for our podcast listeners, I'm alongside Joe Black. Joe, how are you doing today on this lovely, cold October night?
Hey everybody, doing good. Not too much going on. Feel like October is actually just blowing by. We were talking about it before we hit record. Just like it's already the middle of the month. It's just coming very quickly here to the winter and cold and darkness. I think the time change is in a week or two. So like not looking forward to that where it gets dark every day at like 4:30. Really like depresses me. But no, things are good. I think congratulations are in order. We'll start there with the are we calling them a dynasty? Everyone else has been calling them a dynasty, right? 3 titles in 4 years. Congratulations to the Vegas Aces on the sweep, completing the sweep, beat the Phoenix Mercury 4 games to none. And, a couple of those games were super close. Obviously, the Asia Wilson game winner, but that game 4 felt like it was never in doubt. I don't know if you got to watch any of the game. I was kind of in and out, watched the end just to see the championship, the official end to the game. But yeah. I mean, I will say it, you picked it first, right? You called it. You said for this team was hot, wasn't just hot. They were good and they figured it out. And
they're the best player in the world.
Best player in the world, hands down, no arguments. Like she put the team on her back when they needed her to, and then the rest of the team caught up, figured it out. And again, we don't know what next year is going to look like with lockouts and free agency, but like 3 championships in 4 years ain't nothing to sniff at.
Yeah, so I was gonna say it's a good way to at least end the dynasty. I mean, 2 championships is it's a dynasty when you probably get to 3 in at least 4 years, but 2 is really a really good team, a really good franchise. But 3, now in 4 years is a dynasty, and obviously it could continue. They could bring back all the same players. They could get even better after the CBA. Obviously, I think Asia would stay there, and they could obviously get great players, even better players to surround her, or they could have to pay her insane money. She's still super young, and they could be strapped and have to get a bunch of role players. Who knows after the CBA? So it could be the end of the dynasty. It could just be the beginning. So that's some scary thoughts there on both ends of the spectrum. So we'll have to see there. But yeah, hats off to them. And I do think no matter who they surround her with, they will be in contention. Although there will be more teams to contend with. So it will get harder, but Asia Wilson always puts you in contention.
Yeah, you got to wonder if that core, Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray is obviously getting up there in age a bit, and Jewel Lloyd as well. You wonder who they protect, who they bring back, who gets lost in the expansion. I still haven't heard anything about expansion rules. They mentioned something about them being able to, I think I saw something where it was like they are going to start having those conversations after in November. But again, that's dependent on the CBA getting signed. I would assume you're only going to be able to protect 5 players at most, would be my guess, with the expansion, because now there's 2 teams, because I think it was 6 players that you could protect when it with the Valkyrie this past season. Mm-hmm. So I got to assume since there's 2 teams, maybe they give you 1 less protection, because I feel like that would just help with the balance. Yeah. But I don't know. That's all speculation at this point.
Yeah. So also, as we congratulate the Aces, let's give ourselves a little congratulation. We've reached 30 episodes last week, but even better, it's now 31. So this podcast is as old as us for at least the next 2 weeks for Joe, as he will. Well, I mean, the podcast will out age you quicker, but you
As
will.
as I'm trying to get all the grays out of my beard every time we get on camera.
But you will turn 32 soon, so everyone put that in your calendars. But yeah, let's get into some off-season headlines. The biggest one today, or the it's not really huge news, but it's fun news, and it's the newest news, and it's the All-Star game for 2026. I'm surprised they did this pre-CBA and stuff, that it was allowed to get done, and they wanted to get it done and could like afford to like I don't know like how the money works to like book the arena and like.
I don't know the rules. I know in other sports and all-star games, you kind of know a couple of years in advance.
But I assume in all those sports, those years in advance, the CBA is also.
Yeah, unless part of the current CBA is to make the decision by
Yeah, I guess.
this date. I'm curious. I'm gonna look and see real quick when like Indiana was announced for this year's All-Star game.
But even if it was, the CBA didn't end until this summer or this off season.
Yeah, but I just mean in the sense of like I'm curious when they announced that it was going to be there, because like they announced it April 4th, 2025. So yeah, that's really like different timing, obviously.
Yeah.
No, August 2024 was when the announcement was. So they're actually later for this one. Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So yeah, it must be something in part of the current CBA deal where they have to announce it before. But Chicago is actually really an interesting choice. And do you know why, Alex?
Tell me.
Because one of Victoria's Angels, for anyone who pays attention to that stuff, has been giving like subliminal messages, or maybe not so subliminal, about wanting change, whether that's leaving Chicago, whether that's bringing players to Chicago. So I'm very interested to see if, because of like how they, and I'm going to say the golden name again, but like if they promoted Caitlin Clark 1 year, her arena for the All-Star game, if they're trying to keep Angel Reese in Chicago to be like the hometown hero. So very, very curious if that had anything to do with it. Not trying to start speculation or anything, but we know that she's an unhappy superstar, and what's a better way to keep her in her hometown than throwing the All-Star game there, like where she'll be celebrated if she's on the Chicago team and making the All-Star game.
I could think of like a million better ways, like more money, better teammates, like a chance to win, like better coach. I don't know. I don't know why Kathy Engelbert would want her to stay in Chicago. I don't know why the league would care. I think the team would want her to stay.
Yeah. And again, I have no idea the process, whether it's like all 16, 15, 14, whatever it is, teams take a bid and then they rotate it. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if like
probably
the league evolves or how it works. But no, I just thought it was interesting based on, how the season kind of ended, that Chicago would be.
It's just, why give it to a team that's struggled, that has no stars besides Reese, who's going to leave? Like, most likely the coach has nobody. Apparently the team doesn't like.
I think it would have been cool in Valhalla.
That's what I was going to say. Give it to Golden State at least. They didn't even get a playoff game at home.
Right. Like I think that would be an awesome experience to have them out west and doing that. But beggars can't be choosers, and I'm sure they're going to get an All-Star game before you know it.
Unlike in 2022, next year's game will place at the United Center, an upgrade from the Wintrust Arena, where the hometown Chicago Sky play. The larger venue is home for the NBA Chicago Bulls and Blackhawks. I mean, good, but like, still, why them? All right. Well, we can move on from that. Next article from ESPN. From the great Alexa. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Do you?
Oh,
I just want to see you try.
Filippo.
She's awesome though. This is from yesterday at 9 a.m. It was which WNBA free agents might be on the move in 2026. Teams that could change a lot She had Dallas Wings, Golden State, and Chicago. Dallas with number 1 pick Paige Beckers as the clear franchise star. Wings have the top odds number 1 pick. Vision around Paige. Its future includes facilities new under construction hires. They replace their coach, which is still hilarious. The question revolves around Joe's favorite player, Rike Ogunbowale, whether she returns to the franchise or that the franchise that she spent her whole career with. Beyond that, the Wings have a lot of other young players who can provide depth. The team maintains the cap flexibility to take some big swings in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of in the same boat Indiana was last year. Your timeline changes. It's like the NFL. You get your quarterback right, and all of a sudden you can be a little bit more aggressive with providing playmakers and a better defense because you're not paying your best player top money yet. You have those couple of years of control, and you're going to rebuild. I mean, with the number 1 pick, and are we talking about some draft prospects today? Or
yeah, we'll get into that right after this.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about that going down. But you have the number 1 pick. You have a lot of cap space. Like, I could see people being like, "Hey, why wouldn't I want to go play with Paige and who might be the potential number 1 pick?"
Of course. For the Valkyrie, basically just saying players would want to come play in Ball Hollow for Natalie Nakase, and they're going to try to bring back Thornton and Burton. For the Sky,
ready for my bold prediction on October 16th before the new CBA deal is in place.
Yeah,
Jackie Young ends up on the Valkyrie.
Okay, write that down.
Well, I could change obviously, but would not be surprised if she did want to leave Vegas for whatever reason. I could see her as a top candidate for the Valkyrie to go after.
All right, you heard it here first. For the Sky, she said they had bad luck with Vandersloot, missing Reese and Atkins for extended periods. But their GM said in exit interviews they absolutely needed to improve their roster and free agency. After trading number 3 pick for Atkins in the offseason, Sky would likely look to re-sign her. They already said they intend to have Vandersloot back once she returns from the ACL. And then there's a big question with Reese. So not technically a free agent, but someone that could be traded or has requested a trade after a tumultuous end of the season.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when you make a trade from either a previous regime or with the expectations that you're going to be better. And then, unfortunately injuries happen and, Chicago as good as Ariel Atkins is as a very solid player in the league. I'm sure the GM would almost wish he had the 3rd round pick the number 3 pick in the draft.
Yeah, totally.
So it's a bummer. I mean, yeah, who knows? Again, all the uncertainty. Someone else could swoop in and try to get Ariel Atkins because I feel like on a contender, she's a very solid piece to have.
Yeah, teams that might not change much. The Atlanta Dream won franchise record 30 games. Alicia Gray, best season of her career. Brianna Jones and Jordan Canada are restricted free agents. Ryan Howard, 6th player of the year. Keeping free agents, Gray, Brianna Jones, and Canada. Restricted free agents, Ryan Howard, and 6th player of the year, Naz Hillman, would put the Dream in great position for 2026. We'll see if center Brittany Griner, who signed with Atlanta this season, would move to reserve role in August, would also be mixed to return.
Yeah, Atlanta's kind of one of those interesting teams that felt like they were going to go on a deeper playoff run with the roster they put together. I mean, that core is really good. Yeah. Even if Brittany Griner's not in that mix, like Gray, Jones, Howard, Canada, and Hillman, like
just let Jones play more.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Brittany Griner is who she is now, but you had a couple bench pieces, like that's still a really good roster looking into next year.
Yeah, then she has the Fever. Obviously seems, I don't know though, but like Odyssey Sims can go and should get a contract somewhere and prove that she can play. Kelsey Mitchell should go be a star somewhere else. I don't know. I feel like Aaliyah Boston is underappreciated. I mean, she's not, but like, I don't know. The team should not be centered around Trace Leches. It should be centered around Caitlin, Boston, and Howard.
Well, is Boston, would you consider, and you'll probably hate me for making this comparison because they haven't won anything yet, but would you consider Aaliyah Boston the Chris Bosh of the big three? Mitchell being Wade and Clark being LeBron? Are you making a face?
I'm trying to think.
No, because I'm just thinking.
I don't know.
Obviously, like Lexi
I think
Hollis.
Aaliyah Boston's the best one out of the three.
Like, no, that's what I'm saying. It'd be interesting if she was like viewed as the number one option. Like, would she be putting up Asia Wilson numbers?
No one would.
I'm just saying, you don't think she could be 20 and 12 or like 22?
Yeah, but not while also putting up like 30 and 18 some games like Asia. But yeah, I think like Caitlin Clark could be the Bosh of the three, like just like assisting and like hitting threes and like controlling the game. Like Bosh didn't do that, but like as a third person,
the third option. Yeah.
Like because Kelsey Mitchell can put up 20 points a game as a point guard, like without shooting threes, or she could shoot 6 threes and hit all of them.
I mean, we watched her multiple games, especially against the Sun. Like she's phenomenal with the ball in her hands.
Yeah, so. And Caitlin Clark, as great as she is also the most inconsistent out of those three players. So, like, I don't know. I think she gives you the least upside because, like, Kelsey's just like she was a top 3 player in the league last year. We'll see if Caitlin ever becomes an MVP candidate. Like she could, obviously.
Right. Still young, of course. Like no one's taking that.
It's really hard when you have Asia Wilson. I mean, I'm sorry. Mitchell she was a top 4 or top 5 player last year. She did
top 4.
Top 3. But
Thomas, Wilson, Fee.
Yeah,
it was
Mitchell right there. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see if Clark, I'm sure at some point she does finish top 3 or wins an MVP. But
I'd be more surprised if she didn't than she did. But getting back to the original point of like the surrounding roster, like yeah, if you're returning your big 3, then you only need role players there, and they unfortunately hit the injury bug huge. So like that their roster needs to be healthier, whatever that means, whether it's getting new players that are going to be healthier or rehabbing correctly. And sometimes you can't avoid injuries. Like it happens.
And this is what she said. She did focus on the 3 players we were talking about, not on the Leches.
Right.
Given their slew of injuries in this 2025 season, the Fever didn't really get to see what their revamped roster in the past free agency could have done if healthy, but they ended up 5 minutes away from making the finals. One thing working in their favor: Clark, Boston are still on the rookie deals. GM Amber Cox made it clear that their team's top priority is to re-sign Kelsey Mitchell, who enjoyed an MVP caliber season and has spoken glowingly of her relationship with Coach Stephanie White and of her time in the organization. When asked how much the roster change she anticipated in the offseason, Cox focused how special the 2025 chemistry was. All right, so trade Caitlin Clark. I'm just kidding. But they really should get rid of Cunningham. Lexi's pretty good, but
yeah, it's kind of like we said, it's how you see that roster being filled.
Who's Mitchell's, who's taking minutes away from Mitchell?
No one. She was playing 30 even before Caitlin got hurt. She was still playing 36 minutes a game, 35 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's sitting a minute a quarter or 2 minutes in one quarter because they happen to be up 15 points. Like Mitchell is literally a road runner, put her team on her back this year to get them almost to the finals.
No, I know, but like with the full healthy roster, she was still playing all those.
Yeah, minutes. I mean, like they had Odyssey Sims, they had McDonald. I can't remember her first name. I want to say Ari, but Ari McDonald, Sid Colson. Like they rotated different point guards in there. It was just, but they were playing alongside.
Yeah.
Mitchell once Clark went down.
All right. Next, they had the Aces for teams that might not change. They have been extremely fortunate to keep number 1 picks, Asia and Jackie Young, together for 7 seasons. Gray has been with those 2 for 5 seasons. Trio established the foundation for the Aces even before Coach Hammond arrived. They have a good relationship with her, as does Jewel Lloyd, who played this past season. If the four of them stay, they pick it up where they left off this season. Quote, it starts with them. Quote, it starts with what our core values are aligned with everyone we've kept and brought in, Vargas said. And the answer is yes. We've been able to maintain consistency because the players we feel value. So basically, they're saying if they keep their four best players.
Yeah, they're the same. It's the same thing as we were just talking about with Indiana, without going in depth about it. Like you just need role players surrounding the stars. And if, again, like I said, my hot take is Jewel or Jackie Young potentially, if she wants to leave, going to a different team. But like, if it's me or you, and that, like, why would you?
Yeah.
You're at the top of the apex. You get to play with the best player in the world, and you still get your numbers. It's not like she defers. Like, she's just as good and everything. But yeah, I mean, really, you include Lloyd and Gray, but like, it starts with those two. You pair a lot of people next to those two, like, you're going to be good for a long time.
Yeah, the last two are the Mercury and the Mystics. Mercury with Thomas, trio with Copper and Sabali. Guess they're not going anywhere. Quote, I think we have a really good thing here, Sabali said during the finals. People are less inclined to leave this spot just because of the resources and the comfort that come with the franchise, but also truly the culture. You can tell the staff likes to be around each other. The players like to be around each other.
Yeah, they have a really good mix of veterans and rookies. I mean, obviously they made it to the finals. We talked about it before, 2 games that could have went their way. And then, Savali goes down in game 4 and, that takes away. But yeah, I mean, it's hard pressed to see the mix of the young players that are coming up, like Mac and Held and the point guard that I always forget that shoots really well, Whitcomb.
Yeah.
Whitcomb, like they have and the point guard whose name I can't pronounce ever.
McConnell.
Thank you. See, this is why we do this podcast together. And but so like they have a very good mix. So I agree. I think actually moving forward to the Washington Mystic, I actually can see that roster changing a bit. I think it's the first one so far that I like disagreed with them with.
Yeah, she says the Mystic best players this past season were Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafin, 2 of the 5 rookies they had on contract. Washington had just 3 unrestricted free agents, Alicia Clark, Stephanie Dolson, and Jade Melbourne, none of whom are in their top tier. With 3 picks in the first round of the 2026 draft, Washington might focus most there to add to their young talent it already has to continue the rebuilding process.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to like. That was my talking point, that like their draft, they can change roster spots. Maybe, a couple of these older players between Clark and Dolson, like maybe you decide like, hey, we're going to get different veterans in here now. And like, or, maybe Clark and Dolson are okay with not playing, at all and just being that veteran presence on the bench. But, the Udonis Haslem, Andre Iguodala role we talk about in the NBA all those years. But
yeah, it's still going to be.
I can see Washington adding a star to their roster. Say Shaquilla Austin leaves and goes to a different team. Yeah. That means they need a new center. Like, what's stopping them? So, yeah, they're the one team that's going to have an interesting offseason. I'm curious to see what they do. If they stay young or if they try to add a couple more veterans to play alongside the 2 phenomenal rookies.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does seem like it's still going to be Sonia, Kiki, Shakira Austin, what's her name? Well, JC as well.
JC's in that mix. Georgia Amore is coming back.
Amore, yeah, that was what I was thinking of.
So their roster, I think, could look.
And then the 3 other rookies, whoever they draft. All right, teams that are difficult to predict. Number 1, your Connecticut Sun.
Man, we could have wrote this article before you summarized it. We've been saying that this whole time.
Yeah, through the 2025, though 2025 got off to a rocky start for the Sun, it ended with a clear direction as the organization looks to rebuild around the young core of Layla Khan, Sanaya Rivers, Anissa Morrow, and Aaliyah Edwards, all of whom are under contract for the foreseeable future. General Manager Morgan Tuck will have decisions to make from there of which players she wants to surround them with. For example, might Marina Mabrey and Tina Charles return to provide a veteran presence? Either way, the franchise will hope to have more firm answers on where the team will play beyond 2026, so that it can answer free agent questions.
Yeah, I mean, should we talk about the Connecticut Sun? Is this a Connecticut Sun podcast?
Yeah, we should. Marina's
Yeah.
coming back. Let's stop making that a question. She's going to be back.
So it's super interesting trying to figure out, right, if Marina and Tina are both coming back. We've talked about it. If they aren't coming back, both of them should have been moved at the trade deadline. We can agree to that, yeah? Like, if they just lose the two of them now, like, wouldn't you be disappointed and you take the emotion out of it of Marina being your favorite player, Tina being one of the all-time greatest?
I'd be pissed. But, like, yeah. I'd be pissed with Tina because the reason would just be like, you don't do that to a veteran. It's like, well, this is not lovey-dovey, like family. This is sports. It's
a business.
Business, yeah.
So, it's those two are interesting. Obviously, we know there's a lot of pieces of our roster that I can't see on our roster if we're improving. I mean, the Haley Peters of the world, the Lindsay Allens of the world, we talked about, is Olivia Nelson-Ododa worth signing back to a bigger deal because she'll be offered.
Yeah, she wasn't mentioned on this. She's a restricted free agent, I believe.
Yeah, so it's like, is she worth doing? So there's so many questions, and we'll get more into it once we know the CBA is locked in and that there's actually going to be free agency. And if that CBA happens, I mean, there was the 1 year when the NBA locked out in the offseason and the CBA was signed, there was literally, I think, like over $1 billion spent in free agency the next day because all of the teams it was like a frenzy. Everyone was just trying to sign whoever they could, however they could. So hopefully, who knows, maybe that'll come down to it where if they agree to it at a later date and everything gets a little expedited with the process, we'll be here to cover best we can.
The entire time there's the lockout, the whole GM's office, they all have their plan A, B, and C, and D, and the second they can, they're making the phone calls. The next is the Sparks. They're in an interesting situation. They have 2 stars, Plum and Hamby. They're likely to be re-signed, as well as 2 young building blocks in Brink and Rakia. And yet the group they fielded in 2005 wasn't able to make the playoffs, despite arguably having the talent to do so. The front office must determine how much change is needed in LA to make it back to the postseason for the first time since 2020. I think they just need to stay the course.
Yeah, I think, obviously when everyone said, and myself included, I had them as a playoff team this year. When Plum came in there, that it was just going to be easy, right? I mean, we still got to think Brink wasn't there for half the season. That makes an impact. Ray Burrell
he was a 10-minute, 12
right.
minute.
It was limited, which
she was good.
And she was really good in those limited minutes. Ray Burrell came back late. Julie Alman didn't join the team because of the Euro League. Alaman, thank you. I corrected myself. I caught that one.
Yeah, I know.
Julie Alaman wasn't there for half the season or a quarter of the season because of the Euro League. Like, their roster wasn't what we thought it was going to be early in the year.
This Euro League shit is like once every 4 years, right?
I believe it's not every year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like soccer or some shit.
So, so there was a lot of missing pieces. Rakaya Jackson seemed to take the next step this year, which was a good sign for them. But there would be times where, she would score 17 points in the first quarter and then not touch the ball the rest of the game. Or Plum was good, but she was high usage. Hamby had really good games for the majority of the season, and then there'd be stinkers in like big moments. Like,
there was times where Plum would have like nothing in the first half and then like 20 in the second half.
Right.
Just like be good in the first half and then you won't have to be Superman.
And you know what? They also had a rookie head coach as well. Like there were, so maybe me, the media, whatever, push their schedule ahead of where they are going to be. But yeah, I mean, they should have the pieces on paper to make some noise next year as well.
I mean, I don't hope they keep it together. I hope Dearica Hamby is like, I'll come to Connecticut for some money, and we do that. But I would think if I were them, I'd keep it all together. Azra Stevens also played really well, and then in the second half of the season kind of disappeared. The next team is the Minnesota Lynx. They brought back a very similar team to the one they had in 2024 finals. Worked out great, giving Minnesota the best regular season record until the playoffs. Minnesota's semifinals loss to Phoenix might push the Lynx to make more changes. Nafisa Kali expected to return, I would hope, as she played her entire career with the Lynx since 2019. But Minnesota could add more scoring from the small forward spot and perhaps a true point guard. Free agency could help the Lynx, and they also have a lottery pick thanks to a 2024 trade with Chicago.
I think that lottery pick is why it's difficult, because if they're not looking to trade that pick, which they probably shouldn't,
no, they should not.
They are. I mean, they're going to get one of the three of Lauren Betts, Olivia Miles, AZ Fudd.
Yeah,
all three as of today. Very, very high rounded prospects. So like the Minnesota Lynx getting that, and you move Courtney Williams off the point guard position to a shooting guard, like that probably helps. Kayla McBride moves to a 3, or Bridget Carlton moves to a different team or comes off the bench. Like I can see why their roster is unpredictable, because they've also have kept the team pretty much the same the last 2 years, and they fell short. Like, how big is the window to keep the team the same or doing the same things? Or is it just like, hey, we're good, so we're going to stay good, and then the playoffs is a crapshoot, a la the New York Yankees? Yeah. So, yeah, it should be really interesting, because they have great pieces too, like Jessica Shepard off the bench. Alana Smith is obviously really good as well. Like, yeah, that roster, you would think they're not going to tear it all down. I'd be very surprised if they did. But DeJounte Carrington's still there. Like, is she coming back? Like, there's very interesting pieces for the Lynx coming through.
All right, last two teams. The last one is the most curious one to me. I would have assumed they would be in change. But we got the Liberty first. The one big chance in Brooklyn, we know with certainty a new head coach will replace Sandy Brondello. How much overall we'll see from them. Early indications are that the Liberty core looks poised to return. As GM said in his exit interview, that he has utmost confidence in Stewie, Sabrina, and Jonquel, and they will be back. But even if those three are back in the fold, the cast of characters surrounding them could change based on the team's coaching hire. The GM said New York would be interested in bringing back Mieseman, while acknowledging Mieseman doesn't make decisions before necessary.
I don't think Mieseman goes back there. I'm not saying she comes to us, because obviously we were hoping that all last year. I mean, I'd still obviously be super excited if she wanted to, but I don't know. I don't know what Stewie's going to do. I don't know what Jonquel Jones is going to do. I mean, we haven't heard any kind of rumors on coaches. If you got rid of Cindy Brondello, like, you're not just going to bring in like a no-name coach to coach in New York. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be someone out there that's like really intriguing to them in that case. But yeah, that roster, I mean, the Cloud, she's obviously a good, solid player, but
traded to bring in Thibodeau.
I don't think Thibodeau is coming out. Is he going to be in media this year? That's what I feel like he should be doing.
There's no way he can handle the media with that voice.
But yeah, it's a very interesting choice. Whether they're a team, they won their championship. Do they blow it up? Do they decide, hey, we're going to rebuild around Sabrina now and figure it out from there, or is it we're going to hang on to this as long as we can? Stewie, as great as she is, she's starting to enter the end of her prime, I would say, right? Like, that'd be a fair statement. Like, she's still very good, obviously one of the best players in the league, but
31. She's our age,
so she's still in prime then.
I don't know if this is this might be a really hot take or not at all. How old is? Sabrina's is 27. I would trade Sabrina over Stewie. I would trade Sabrina. I wouldn't trade any of them. I just But I would trade Sabrina. Like, we were talking about this in fantasy, trying to trade for draft picks and win. But like, if I had to, I would trade Sabrina over Stewie try to get good players and a sick pick to help try to win with Stewie and Jonquel, and get a pick and try to build with that player for the future while Stewie is still 32, 33, 34.
Yeah, because I wonder too how the money's going to line up.
Yeah, you can probably get more for Sabrina.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
You can still get more out of Stewie because Sabrina goes ice cold sometimes.
True.
But I don't know. They're both great. So if I told you,
it'd be interesting to see what New York, because again, you go with the new coach, like you think a big move's coming with it, or maybe Stewie wants to follow wherever Brandello's going, or like you don't know.
Sandy Brondello.
Brondello.
I said Brandello. You're mixing up her first name and her last name.
Sandella.
If I told you the Seattle Storm were going to be in one of these categories, what would you pick? What category? Teams that would change a lot, teams that might not change, or the most difficult to predict?
I would actually, so me personally, I would say tear it down and like.
No, but like what would you predict? Like
I would say predict they are the most unpredictable team in the league.
Oh, I would say the teams that could change a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're unpredictable. Like they could stay exactly the same and try.
But you would put them on the most difficult team to predict.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think change is coming. I think like players are getting added. I think big players are getting added and somebody's leaving, but like I think something's changing. Like
I think you're gonna go all in on Malonga.
Yeah, but they can't run it back. Is like
Ezzy is probably the biggest name on that team to make a move, most likely.
I don't know.
Is Sykes going back to Seattle?
I mean, Nneka and Skylar are both 36. Well, this is what she said.
Yeah,
after first round loss to the Aces, Storm coach Noel Quinn was let go. How Seattle moves forward could depend on a fair amount on who their new coach is. Storm have the young post player, Dominic Malonga, on a rookie deal, but another Ezzy Magbogar is a free agent. So veteran Neko Gumake and Skylar Diggins, both of whom will turn 36 next season. Seattle could stay with their core if those players want to stay, but Storm also might look to some big changes. I mean, if you don't, I don't know.
If you subtract Ezzy from that rotation and you add Malonga as the main piece, does that get you past the first round of the playoffs?
No.
Because I'm saying a lineup of Diggins.
Oh, they played the Aces. Nothing they could have done probably.
No. But if they didn't, I'm saying in the next year if they played someone else, so it'd be Diggins, Gabby Williams, probably Brittany Sykes if the lineup's going to be right, Nneka and Malonga. Does that give you a chance to win a title, or is that just a good team?
No, it's probably just a good team.
Right. So like that's where you got to make the decision. Are we pulling the trigger? Do they have?
Yeah, I mean, I would just get rid of. I would just like Ezzy if she's a free agent, just let her go.
Do they have the Sparks pick again?
They have they have the third pick right now, and the 14th before the lottery.
So let's say if you can get another young player again, Olivia Miles, Izzy Fudd, Lauren Betts, whichever one is in that top three.
I wouldn't take Lauren Betts.
Well, yeah, probably not. So let's say one of the guards, because let's assume Lauren Betts is going first.
They get one, they probably trade out of it.
Maybe.
Which would be huge.
So would you say though then like would you rather have on your roster 36-year-old Skylar Diggins or potential of AZ Fudd or Olivia Miles?
No, I would just get rid of. I would start over.
You would blow it up.
Yeah, I'd get rid of Nneka. I'd get rid of Skylar. I'd get rid of Ezzy, and I would just revolve around Don. I'd get rid of Sykes. I'd get rid of.
So you'd have a core of Gabby Williams and
I mean, if I could sign fucking like good young players, I would build a great team. I don't know, but yeah, depends who's a free agent. But yeah, I don't need.
That's what I'm saying with this roster. That's why, like, when we did our preseason predictions,
that's why I'm saying it would change a lot. I would put it under change a lot because I'd be like, it's nothing to return.
Yeah, I just think it's unpredictable because I thought they would have made these trades before the season or during the season instead of going all in, and then they went all in and got Brittany Sykes, and then
I mean, they were all playing great this year. Skylar was playing great. Neko was like an all-star. For most of the season, Gabby. Oh, you'd keep Gabby. She's young.
Yeah, you keep Gabby for sure.
Gabby was a defensive player of the year for most of the year. But yeah, it just fell apart at the end.
So, and I think it all depends too who ends up coaching there. If again, I keep throwing her name out there, but Brondello, like, I mean, Brondello's either ending up in Seattle or Dallas. I'd be very surprised if it's not one of those two.
I mean, it could be expansion team.
Maybe, even though they kind of leaked those names, even though they didn't officially announce it. But
why? Who they say?
I believe one of the teams, I have paid attention. One of the teams like accidentally tweeted it, even though it's not like official.
Fire hire Alex Samara.
Yeah, like it wasn't supposed to be announced, and then it was.
Alex Samara will reportedly be the Portland Fire's first head coach. Franchise going into the inaugural WNBA season. Who is he?
According to Twitter, he's just another white guy that gets to coach in the WNBA.
Portland is set to. Oh, come on. Samara also has experience with Portland basketball, seeing how he was previously an assistant coach and director of player development in the G League Rip City Remix. The Remix are the Portland Trailblazers G League affiliate. He was also most recently an assistant coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers and helped them finish with the best record in the Eastern Conference at 64-18.
Yeah. Another NBA mind. And then that was Portland, right?
Yeah.
And then Toronto, I think, signed. I don't know. I thought I saw something where it was like Ashley Battle got a job with them, but I guess I might have been duped.
I think she got a GM job or an office job.
Was it an office job? I don't know. I might have gotten duped. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Maybe that's who they want.
Portland Fire announced hiring of Ashley Battle.
Oh, Portland did.
As vice president.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could have sworn I saw her name or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool. Look at me half paying attention to things.
Yeah, Toronto hasn't announced anything. All right, let's go into a little draft talk.
Little draft talk. I love it.
Another ESPN article, WNBA mock draft 2026. UCLA Lauren Betts projected number 1. Michael Vopel from today at 8 a.m. Dallas, number 1, has Lauren Betts. I'd pair her with Paige. That'd be pretty sick.
It's a really nice small and big. We see how she played with your girl, Lee. Your room.
Yeah. Yeah, that would kind of kick her out.
Yeah, that's true. She wants to be a starting center. That's what her what they're saying. But yeah, I mean, it's a very, very nice pairing if you get those two together.
Yeah, next would be freaking Minnesota Lynx, it says, getting Olivia Miles, TCU point guard.
Yeah, they want to move Courtney Williams off the ball a little bit and Heidemann off the ball a little bit. Olivia Miles could be fucking really good there.
What was the 2024 trade with Chicago? What did they get?
That was the trade. I want to get it before looking it up. Wasn't that our pick that we traded Marina Mabry for? And then, no, that's a different trade. Who did they trade with? Chicago. Nope, don't remember off the top of my head. I'll leave it to you.
Let's see.
Trying to think of the players. Wasn't McBride? No.
The Minnesota Lynx announced today that the team has acquired Chicago's first-round pick in 2026 draft outright in exchange for the number 11th overall selection in Monday's 2025 draft.
Oh my God.
That's awful.
So that means Chicago had we're going to be good next year. Wow.
The Lynx extinguished their previous rights to exchange 2026 first-round draft picks with Chicago and now possess 2 first-round selections. Minnesota now has 3 selections in the 2025 draft. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's go back last year. What number did I just say?
11th.
Is that Van Lith?
Is that Van Lith? I think so, right?
Wow. They traded. That's pathetic.
Man, oh man,
They're going to end up trading fucking Olivia Miles, AZ Fudd, or Lauren Betts for fucking Haley Van Lith.
Yeah, wow.
Or Awa Pham or Floje.
Yep.
That's crazy. All right. Well, Seattle has AZ Fudd next.
Yeah, that'd be a very good landing spot for her, depending if they keep, what roster they keep there.
Yeah, lethal 3-point shooter. Shooting 43.6% last year from 3.
Oof.
I wonder if she can lead the team this year, her and Sarah.
I think so.
Probably.
I think we're going to see more with her on the ball and showing off her breakdown ability.
Yeah. Washington Mystics, Awa Pham, Spain center. I don't know much better. Chicago Sky, Floje Johnson. I really want, if we could trade up and get Floje, that'd be sick. But we need 3-point shooting, and she shoots the word. There's a lot of 3-point shooters in here that shoot over 40% from 3, and Floje shoots 37%.
Yeah, we led the league in mid-range shooting last year, and I feel like in the new age basketball, that's probably not a stat you want to lead the league in.
Yeah, she's dominant though. I feel like she just plays that nasty ball that you want, like Morrow. Tempo's first draft pick they have is Tanaya Latson from South Carolina, and then Portland's. How do they decide who gets the pick first?
Latson averaged 30 points a game last year. 30 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Who is this person?
No, 25.2.
I got 30 on Tankathon. Maybe they're just wrong with their stats. But
yeah, they're not right. ESPN 25 from 2024-25.
Still phenomenal numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a senior, 5'8". In the postseason, she put up 37-4 against LSU in a loss, 101-71. Put up 28-5-2 against an 11 seed GM George Mason. Season high was 29, 30, 40 against Virginia Tech, 39 against SMU, 38 against Tennessee. She's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know where they get their numbers, but I remember last year it was completely wrong. Yeah, how does Toronto get a pick? How do they decide who gets the pick?
I think they did a
coin lottery.
I think they did a coin toss.
Oh, okay.
Or they do a coin toss, or I think that was decided. I don't know, or maybe it was whichever team entered first. Don't know.
I'm looking it up. If there's an answer. Let's see.
Hopefully they have a better first round draft better draft than the Valkyrie had.
They could have had a great draft if what's her name comes over and say
she probably will come over next year. They're gonna be good again if they are able to keep a lot of their players. Because you got to think with them in the expansion draft, they can't lose those players after a year. That'd be silly.
They can lose one of them,
Yeah, but I'm saying like
I think.
unless they're free agents, but that's all I can think of. But
I don't know. It has Portland Fire taking Cody McMahon from Ole Miss. 6 foot small forward. Golden State, Yarden Garzone from Maryland, shooting forward, 6'3". The Mystics taking Sarah, spelled Serah, Williams from UConn. Power forward, 6'4". She's a senior. Averaged 19.2 and 9.8 last season. See what she does this year. Not to be confused with Sarah Strong. The next, I don't know, name anybody from UConn.
the next Tina Charles. The next.
I was going to say the next Tina Charles, but there's been a million next Tina Charles.
No, I know. The next Stewie. No one's going to be Stewie. Her college career is phenomenal.
I mean, she could be. Stewie went 4 for 4. She's already 1 for 1.
It's true.
Right? Sarah Strong was a freshman last year?
Yes. True freshman.
True. Yeah, right. That's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, her and Juju, we'll be talking about them in 2 years.
17 or 18. Yeah, she's 19. Okay.
Yeah.
Born in Madrid, but her nationality is American French.
Nice.
Weird. Like Danny Alvarado, my boy. He's Puerto Rican, but he was born in Spain. All right. Fun fact. All right. Next pick is the Fever getting Janiah Barker from Tennessee. Stop me if you know anything about these people.
Nope.
Okay. Next, the Mystics are getting my girl who I wanted last year before I realized she was staying. Gianna Neepkins from UCLA. Actually, where did she transfer from?
Utah, I believe.
Oh, Utah? I thought it was
Utah. Now she's at UCLA, which she's going to be awesome there.
One of the Mormons. All right, so yeah, she's a sharpshooter. And then we have the 12th pick, Connecticut Sun. ESPN has us taking Iana Martin Carrion from Spain, a point guard, 5'8". Is that who Tankathon has us?
That is.
All right. Actually, no, it's a different person.
No, they have us with a different person, much older person.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to the Tankathon after. So Iana Martin Carrion, 5'8" point guard out of Spain. She was named MVP of the FIBA Under-19 World Cup in 2023. That was part of Spain's runner-up senior squad in Euro basketball tournament this summer. She will turn 20 in January and could be ready for the jump to the WNBA. I am not going to bat my eye at any of these Euro players anymore. Get them all here. Get them all to the Sun. Let them play with Mezion and Lacan and this style. But, man, it's going to be hard to fucking do any, like, content on them.
Yeah, we'll actually have to get some FIBA international ball going.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to do prep work. But what are your thoughts on taking a Spanish point guard, 5'8"?
I wonder if it's a situation where she stashes her for a year again, kind of like Layla was this past season. I mean, we talked about the guard position for us.
No reason for us to stash anybody at this point. It would have to be
no, not really a stash, more like the player decision to stay because they're young enough or whatever.
But we didn't need Layla when we drafted her.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's true. The roster.
And if there wasn't Euroball, she would have came right away this year.
That's very true. But
so I would assume
she could be a player who you draft and she stays over there for a year and figure it out, or she comes over and we talked about it. The point guard position was something that was never really satisfied this season. Like we had a bunch of twos that were playing the one. Bria Hartley, Marina Mabry, even Layla. As much as we love her as a passer, she could easily be a two as well.
Yeah, do you want Layla to? I don't know. I still want Layla to have the ball because I want her to pass.
I almost like her having the ball on the wing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like from the wing instead of straight from the top. But not that I'm changing her position just yet.
But also, it's not like this girl's going to come in and be starting and taking all.
We don't know.
We need a bench point guard. We need a backup point guard.
But just the idea of a point guard in this draft, I think it's a good move, especially because your 3 and 2, 3, 4s are essentially locked in right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know nothing about this person, but the line in this write-up says she will turn 20 and she could be ready for the jump, so could be getting it right away. There's 2 picks in between our next one. The Atlanta Dream as taking Ashlyn Jackson, shooting guard, senior, from Duke. And then Seattle Storm are taking Kiki Rice from UCLA, point guard, 5'11" senior. So there's a point guard left, and we take a Spanish one. So
Yeah, we'll see a lot of UCLA names as the season goes on when we're doing our mocks and midseason check-ins on players because UCLA is going to be a very talented team this year.
yeah, she was second in scoring to Betts for the Bruins' Final Four team last season, while also averaging 5 assists, 3.5 rebounds. There don't appear to be a lot of top point guards available in this draft, and there will be whether Rice impresses WNBA evaluators in her game management skills. Yeah, go with the Spaniard. And then the last pick of the first round, number 15 for the Connecticut Sun, Medina Okot, 6'6" center out of South Carolina. I'll take that. Okot, who is from Kenya, played there for 2 years at Zetech University before spending this past season at Mississippi State, where she averaged 11.3, 9.6, and 1.1 blocks. And shot 64.9% from the field. Now at South Carolina, her role might be even bigger with forward Chloe Kitts out for the season with a knee injury. Kitts, incidentally, was out for was on our first round draft board before being hurt.
Yeah, I don't know the extent of her injury. I know there was pictures of her in a knee brace, and people didn't know why. So I haven't read anything right away on anything, but
it says she might enter the draft anyway after the season.
But I feel like if Okot, right? That's what we said her last name was. Sorry. If she's gonna be on South Carolina, and if she shows that she can compete at one of these high major programs, obviously Mississippi State, probably a decent program, I would assume, like because they're in the Power 5 conferences. But if she can show at like one of the top schools in the country that she's better than even remotely her numbers from last year, and she was good last year, she's gonna rise up this board. She won't be available at 15.
I was gonna say, yeah, she's 2 inches taller than Rhea Marshall. And I don't know, it doesn't say how old she is.
But like we talked about too, I mean, we have the point guard. Now we have our 2s, 3s, and 4s probably lined up for the next couple of seasons. You need the point guard, you need the center. So I honestly, from the initial draft board, you can't really be mad about it, even though you don't know too much about these players right now.
Her name is Medina Okot Mullah. She's 21 right now, same age as Rhea Marshall. So she'll be a little older than her. 2 inches taller, probably already better. If we lose Rhea in the expansion draft, and yeah, she doesn't climb up these boards, I would love to take her. On Tankathon, it has us taking Charlize Ledger Walker,
another point guard
from New Zealand. Missed out on Georgia Amore, so
sure,
we're gonna go a little off Australia over to New Zealand. I don't know. She's from. Did she go to college? Oh, UCLA.
It says UCLA, yeah.
Sorry, I clicked on her page, try to get her.
No, you're good.
Yeah, it shrunk. Shot. What is she? She's a point guard. She shot fucking 23% from 3. Get her out of here.
We don't need point guards that can't consistently shoot.
Yeah, and 40% from her field. 81% free throw shooter. Yeah, no thank you. And then, oh my God, what are these hyphen long names? They just want us to fucking struggle. Dariana Little Page Bugs. It's actually an easy name, but it's hilarious. It's a sweet name.
It's an awesome name.
Yeah, Dariana Little Page Bugs from Baylor.
Looks like Nisamura kind of numbers.
Yeah, power forward, 26% three-point shooter, 53% field goal. Yeah, I like. I'm gonna go with ESPN over them. But yeah, we are. That's it for now for news and articles. Oh, we're almost an hour in.
Yeah, it was kind of nice having some real like content to read off and like study and see. I mean, again, season's over. We're starting to get into. I mean, technically, this is where the off season begins, right? So all these things should be happening, but we just have that lockout looming over us. It's just it feels like a matter of when, not if, and we're just kind of dying the slow death of what is this current CBA deal.
Yeah, I know. I did not figure we would be an hour in at this point. So let's put off reviewing our predictions or predictions to next week.
Yeah, we can save.
And let's play a game of Who Am I?
You want to throw one in there?
Yeah. So we can have two options. We can call the last game a tie, and just I can just be up 2-1, 2-0 to 1, or whatever. Or we could do some tiebreaker round, whatever you want, and do a shortened version.
I think we just call this round worth 2 points.
Excuse me?
This round could be worth 2 points.
So just a new round?
Yeah.
All right. I'm calling it a tie then. All right, full round. I got to think of a player. I got to pull up. All right, who am I? On the season, I've won twice. Joe's won 0.
Who am I?
All right, give me.
I like this. I got my person. Play along at home.
Yeah, we won't share with you. Try to guess along. All right, I got my person. I just got to pull up the information about him.
Yep, that's what I did too. Had to make sure because the Wikipedia page let me down last time.
Pull up Wikipedia. Pull up their WNBA page.
All right, I've got my player.
All right, same.
Getting notifications that the Rockets game is starting soon. But that's just a preseason game still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Knicks don't start till Wednesday.
I don't know what day it is.
Next week. Sorry, not tomorrow. No, today's Thursday. Shit. I don't know. This makes me nervous. All right.
I will let you ask the first question.
Yeah, I'm still in the lead. We tied last game. If you win, you can go first, even if you're losing. But are you American? Are you frozen?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you look super high. You're like,
Are
you American?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I'm good now. Yeah, sorry. I am.
You're like, I don't know if I'm American.
I didn't for a second.
Oh.
Yes, I am American.
Okay.
Are you shorter than 6 feet?
Yes. Are you a guard?
I am not. Has your player played for an Olympic team?
No. Was your woman drafted in the last 5 years?
No. Is your player currently on the team they were drafted by?
Yes. Your player is your player blonde?
No. Has
What's Marissa watching back there?
Exo Kitty? It's the spin-off of the P.S. I Love You
I never even
movies. Yeah, it's a TV show about the sister.
Gotcha.
Very, very interesting. Team drafted by, yes. Was your player a first-round pick?
Sorry, closed it out. Sorry, hold on. No,
No, not a first-round pick.
hold on. My whole fucking computer just stopped working for a second. I have to open all of my pages again. Just give me 5 seconds. Sorry.
Nope, you're good.
Technical difficulties, everyone listening.
So I get to ask another question then, right?
I mean, do you not want the answer to that one?
Oh, that's true. I do.
No, she's not a first round pick.
Not a first-round pick. Got it.
What can I ask? Your player. Has your player won a WNBA title?
Yes.
Okay.
Shorter than 6 feet. Plays for the current team. Was your player drafted after 2020?
No. Did this player average less than 15 minutes a game this year?
Let me just make sure I get the right stats. Yes.
Less than 15 minutes a game.
Less than 15.
Okay.
Was your player on one of the final four teams in the playoffs? So that's Aces, Fever, Mercury, and Minnesota.
Yes.
Okay.
Did your player play for when your player won a WNBA championship? Did that happen in the last 5 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Is your player Courtney Williams?
No.
I don't know if she was a first round pick or not, but
Okay. Does your player play on the West Coast?
yes. Is your player a starter?
You
Or
want
if I
to?
can rephrase it, has she started more than 20 games?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I got to put all my stats together. Hold on.
I think I have it.
Okay. It's good to know. You're not going to force me to make a guess. Well, but rebuttal's always allowed.
Rebuttals are always allowed.
I've narrowed it down. Less than 15 minutes per game. Okay, not you. You averaged. Not you. Okay, could be you. Did you go to UConn?
No. Is your player Monique Akoa Makani?
She is.
That was a good one.
All right, it's not over.
No, I know. I'm just saying that was a good person. Because I can't pronounce names, so I wouldn't have thought of someone who I can't pronounce.
All right, so it's not key. All right, I have to triple check this.
For the save, for the rebuttal.
Keep our people entertained. Keep our listeners entertained.
Oh, sorry. You're right. I was thinking more of our viewers. I don't really know how to do that. Even though I'm very spontaneous in real life. But
Let's talk about anything. All right, can't be somebody from that.
if there is a player that we could get on our podcast, you guys decide at home who you would want that player to be. I think realistically, the best chance to get a player on here is probably Sanaya Rivers, but who knows how possible that would actually be. But you guys should flow her comments with No Shade stuff and just be like, yo, go check out No Shade. Yeah, the No Shade guys are pretty cool.
Would you really fucking pick this player? Would you categorize this player as fucking hard to get?
Yeah.
Based on the amount of games she's played this year?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it Cheyenne Parker-Tyus?
No.
Then I don't know who it could be.
It's Megan Gustafsson.
Oh, okay.
From Vegas.
Center, Iowa. Oh, I did overlook her.
I like your fact checking to make sure I didn't lie to you on any questions.
Did overlook her.
She didn't play a lot of games either.
I was running through all the championship Vegas teams, and look, I must have just thought it said guard.
Oof.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was looking at Kia Stokes. Couldn't be Asia. Cheyenne Parker-Tyus only played 2 games, but she was in the league for 10 years. Melissa Smith was only on the league for 3 years. Megan Gustafsson. I don't even think you said it right. All right, well done.
I'll take the point.
Let me write down what I guess.
Gustafsson is how I pronounced it.
Joe got it. All right, the score is 2-1 and 2-1-1 is my record. You're 1-2-1.
Off-season games.
Yeah. I don't know. We've reached a good ending here, unless you want to play again.
No, I think it's a good stopping point.
All right. Thank you all for listening.
Thanks, everybody, as always.
We'll be back next week with some reviews of our preseason predictions, more games, and hopefully more news drops.
Yes.
All right. See you later, Monique Kona Makani and Arike Ogumbawale.